Hello students, welcome to back myself Sri K.D. Borsesar, biology subject teacher. In previous lecture we learned cell structure and organization chapter content concept, eukaryotic cell organelles. In that we learn in previous lecture vacuole is one of the cell organelle. Microbodies contain sphaerosome and peroxisome. Also we learn in previous lecture glyoxysome is one of the cell organelle and ribosome is one of the protein factory. Today we are going to learn some more eukaryotic cell organelles. Nucleus, cytoskeleton, cilia and flagella, centrioles and centrosomes. So let us start today's first concept, cell organelles of eukaryotic cell. You know, we learn eukaryotic cell organelles like nucleus, cytoskeleton, cilia and flagella, also centrioles and centrosomes. So let us start today's first cell organelle. Nucleus is one of the eukaryotic cell organelle. What is nucleus? Controlling center of the cellular activity called as nucleus. Controlling center of the cellular activity called as nucleus. You know, structure of nucleus of eukaryotic cell becomes distinct in interphase of the cell cycle. Means during the interphase of the cell cycle, nucleus becomes distinct. So interphase nucleus is made up of 4 parts. Means during the interphase nucleus consists of distinct 4 part shows. Number 1, nuclear envelope. Second, nucleoplasm. Third, nucleolus. And fourth, chromatin network. Here noted all these 4 parts of the nucleus are easily seen during the interphase cell cycle step, seen here diagrammatic representation. What is actual nuclear envelope? Here this one is nuclear envelope, means covering of the nucleus. Inside them nucleoplasm is seen. This one is nucleoplasm. This is the nucleosome, and in the nucleoplasm seen chromatid network. Today we learn all these 4 parts in detail one by one. First one is nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope show under electron microscope consist of 2 membranes. Nuclear envelope seen under electronic microscope consist of 2 membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane and inner membrane. Both membranes are separated from each other by perinuclear space. Means in between outer membrane and inner membrane present a space called as perinuclear space, and such space is measurement is about 10 to 50 nanometer. Seen here diagrammatic representation. What are the membranes of the nuclear envelope? Outer and inner. seen here. This one is outer membrane of the nucleus, means nuclear envelope, outer membrane, and this one is inner membrane of the nuclear envelope. In between them, outer and inner membrane, present a space called as perinuclear space, and such space is measure about 10 to 50 nm. Now outer membrane is connected to ER, means endoplasmic reticulum, seen here. This one is outer membrane of nuclear envelope is connected to endoplasmic reticulum. Inner membrane of nuclear envelope is lined by nuclear lamina, seen here. Bluish line present inside the inner membrane of nucleus called as nuclear lamina is connected to inner membrane of nuclear membrane. Outer membrane is connected to endoplasmic reticulum. Now this nuclear membrane is most important for nucleus because help maintaining the shape of the nucleus due to nuclear membrane present inside the inner membrane of the nuclear envelope help maintaining the shape of the nucleus. Hope that you understood. Most important function provide nuclear lamina help maintaining shape of the nucleus. Number 5, the two membranes, means outer and inner, along with perinuclear space present in between outer and inner membrane, help separating nucleoplasm from the cytoplasm. You know, nucleus is present in the cytoplasm, so nucleoplasm is separated from cytoplasm by both outer and inner nuclear membrane with in between them present perinuclear space. So both plasm, means cytoplasm, and nucleoplasm are completely separated. You know, in the cytoplasm contained number of cell organelles, also nucleus, but in nucleoplasm present in a nuclear material. Up to this we detail discuss total 5 different characteristic features of nuclear envelope. Now number 6 point. Nuclear membrane is not continuous. Nuclear membrane is not continuous. At some places in nuclear membrane show small openings called as nucleopores. At some places of nuclear membrane show small openings called as nucleopore, and due to this present nucleopore, nuclear membrane is not continuous. Show me here diagrammatic representation. This one is nucleopore, this also nucleopore. Due to present nucleopore, nuclear membrane is not continuous. 7 number point. The nuclear pore are guarded by pore complexes. Inside the nuclear pore, guarded by pore complexes. Function of this pore complexes present in the nuclear pore regulate flow of the substances, from nucleus to cytoplasm and a reverse direction means due to present nuclear pore, such nuclear pore guarded by pore complex, and such pore complex provide function regulate flow substances from nucleus to cytoplasm, and reverse direction means from cytoplasm to nucleus or nucleus to cytoplasm. Transportation material from cytoplasm to nucleus or nucleus to cytoplasm. Up to this, we detail discuss total 7 different characteristic features of nuclear envelope. Hope that you understood. Now we learn second part of nucleus called as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm present inside the nuclear membrane of the nucleus. Such nucleoplasm are called as karyolimb. Why nucleoplasm called as karyolimb? Because karyon means nucleus, so in the nucleus present fluid called as lymph. Nucleoplasm are also called as karyolimb. Seen here diagrammatic representation. This one is nucleoplasm. Inside the nuclear membrane contain part nucleoplasm. In the nucleoplasm contain lymph are called as karyolimb. Second point, it contain means inside the nucleoplasm various substances like nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, ribonucleic acid, also protein molecules, also minerals and salts are substances present inside the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm contain main part called as nucleolus. This is the nucleolus. You know, spherical body shape structure present in nucleoplasm called as nucleolus, and chromatin network seen here, thread like chromatin network present in the nucleoplasm called as chromatin network. Up to this we detail discuss nucleoplasm of the nucleus contain various substances, and nucleolus also chromatin network. Now we learn nucleolus is one of the part of the nucleus. What is nucleolus? Spherical bodied structure present within the nucleus that help protein synthesis process. Such spherical bodied structure called as nucleolus. First point, it is made up of rRNA and ribosomal protein. Which material made by nucleolus? rRNA and ribosomal protein material made by nucleolus. What is location of nucleolus? Inside the nucleus. Second point, nucleolus is best known as the site of ribosome genesis, because ribosome genesis material synthesis by nucleolus. So nucleolus are best known as site of ribosome biogenesis. Some cells show one or more nucleolus. Example, cells of the oocyte contain large nucleolus, while sperm cell contains small inconspicuous ones. Point number 4, function of nucleolus. Nucleolus produce rRNA ribosomal proteins. Produce rRNA and ribosomal proteins are transported to cytoplasm and are assembled together to form ribosomes. So, ribosome biogenesis means ribosomal raw material is synthesis by nucleolus. Such material called as rRNA and ribosomal protein transfer from nucleus to cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, the material is assembled together to form ribosome. Means ribosome त्या मटेरियल पासून तयार केला जातो. So nucleolus is site of ribosome biogenesis. Hope that you understood everything. Third function of ribosome, help protein synthesis. You know, ribosome is a protein factory. Such ribosome is made by nucleolus. So nucleolus is directly help protein synthesis process. Here noted all these three functions done by nucleolus. Hope that you understood everything. What is actual nucleolus? Present inside the nucleus, perform function like help protein synthesis process. Now we learn chromatin network, fourth part of the nucleus. What is chromatin network? Nucleoplasm contain many thread-like coiled structure called as chromatin material or network. Seen here, chromatin network inside the nucleoplasm, thread-like network seen inside the nucleoplasm called as chromatin material or chromatin network. Chromatin network as genetic information in the form of chromosomes. Means such thread-like chromatin material are called as chromosomes. It contain, means chromatin material contain DNA, histone and non-histone proteins and RNA. You know, DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA ribonucleic acid. Also histone and non-histone protein present in chromosome or chromatin network. In some region of chromatin, this chromatin some region genetically active because such region contain more DNA called as euchromatin. What is euchromatin? Some region of chromatin genetically active with more DNA, such chromatin called as euchromatin. In some region of chromatin genetically inactive because it with less DNA called as heterochromatin. What is difference between euchromatin and heterochromatin? Euchromatin means chromatin part genetically very active because it contain more DNA. Heterochromatin is also chromatin part genetically inactive because it contain less DNA. So this is the difference between euchromatin and heterochromatin. Up to this we detail discuss total 4 different characteristic features of chromatin network. Now we learn function of nucleus. First function, number 1, the nucleus contain entire genetic information because genetic material is present inside the nucleus. So nucleus contain entire genetic information. Hence nucleus play an important role in heredity and variation. Heredity means transmission of genetic material from one generation to next generation. So nucleus play important role heredity and variation. This is the most important function of nucleus. Second function, nucleus is site for synthesis of DNA, synthesis of RNA, synthesis of ribosome. DNA is synthesis inside the nucleus. RNA is also synthesis inside the nucleus. mRNA transcription process takes place inside the nucleus. Ribosomal material like rRNA and ribosomal protein are formation by nucleolus inside the nucleus. So nucleus is site for synthesis of DNA, RNA, ribosomes. This is also most important function. Third one is nucleus play important role protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is actual occurs inside the cytoplasm on ribosome, but such ribosomal raw material, also protein information present in DNA structure is present in nucleus. Means nucleus is actual play important role protein synthesis. Chromosome number being constant for a species, it is important in phylogenetic study. This is also one most important function. Chromosome number being constant for species means in human being total 46 number of chromosome. So each and every human being contain cell nucleus 46 number of chromosome, and this is the important for phylogenetic study. Fifth number, controlling center of all cellular activity, nucleus. Thus nucleus is master cell molecule or organelle. Here noted all these total 5 different functions are functions of nucleus. Hope that you understood everything. We also discuss different parts of the nucleus, like number 1, nuclear envelope, second, nucleoplasm, third, nucleolus and chromatin network. Also means up to this we discuss nucleus is one of the most important master cell organelle. Now we learn cytoskeleton is also a cell organelle. What is cytoskeleton? It is a structure that fill in cytoplasm. It is a structure that fill in the cytoplasm, help in maintenance of the shape of the cell. Such structure called as cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton consists of microtubules made up of protein and tubulin. Also microfilaments made up of actin, and also intermediate filament made up of fibrous protein. Means cytoskeleton consists of microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments. Each one is made up of different material, like microtubules made up of protein tubulin, microfilament made up of actin is also one of the protein, and intermediate filament made up of fibrous protein. Function: cytoskeleton help maintenance of shape of cell, contraction of the cell, also mobility of the cell and cell organelles. Cytoskeleton provide also function change in the shape of the cell, means here noted all these function provide cytoskeleton, maintenance of the shape of cell, contraction of cell, mobility of the cell and cell organelles. Cell and cell organelle mobility provide करतो. Change in the shape of the cell is also done by cytoskeleton. Up to this we detail discuss. Cytoskeleton is one of the cell organelle. Now we learn cilia and flagella. What is cilia and flagella? Some cells have fine hair-like movable protoplasmic processes called as cilia and flagella. Some cells have fine hair-like movable protoplasmic processes called as cilia and flagella. Number one, cilia are small in size but many in numbers, while flagella are larger size and few in numbers. Cilia or flagella consist of basal body, basal plate and shaft are the part. Cilium or flagellum consist of basal body is one of the part, basal plate is one of the part and shaft is one of the part. Function of cilia and flagella: they generate a current in fluid medium. They generate a current in fluid medium for passage material and locomotion. Second function, cilia acts as oars causing movement of the cell. Also, flagella help locomotion. Here noted all these functions, cilia and flagella. Up to this we detail discuss. Cilia and flagella are also cell organelles. Centrioles and centrosomes. Centrosomes is usually found near the nucleus of an animal cell. Always remember, centrosome usually found near the nucleus an animal cell. It contains a pair of cylindrical structure. It contains a pair of cylindrical structure called as centriole. Means centrioles are present inside the centrosome. Such centrosome usually found near the nucleus of an animal cell. बऱ्यापैकी आपल्याला ॲनिमल सेलच्या न्यूक्लियसच्या जवळ सेंट्रोझोम दिसून येतो. And such centrosome contain a pair of cylindrical structure called as centriole. Seen here diagrammatic representation. Centrosome, this is the centrioles, cylindrical structure of the centriole. Each cylinder of centriole made up of 9 set of triplets. Each centriole made up of 9 set of triplet. Microtubules made up of tubulin material, means tubulin is one of the protein. Always remember each centriole is cylindrical, made up of 9 set of triplets macrotubules made up of tubulin material. Function of centriole and centrosome. The centrosome help assembly of spindle apparatus during the cell division, means at the time of cell division spindle apparatus formation takes place by centrosome. So this is the spindle apparatus. On spindle apparatus, chromosomes are arranged during the cell division. So centrosome help assembly of spindle apparatus during the cell division. Second function, centrosome centriole form basal body of cilia and flagella. Up to this we detail discuss. Centriole and centrosomes are also cell organelles. Up to this, today's lecture completed. Review today's topic. We learn in today's lecture eukaryotic cell organelles like nucleus. Second one is cytoskeleton. Also we learn cilia and flagella. Also centriole and centrosome. On the basis of today's lecture, some exercise question noted here. First MCQ question, the site active ribosomal RNA synthesis is cytoplasm, nucleolus, mitochondria, all of this. Yes, the correct answer is nucleolus, means B, nucleolus is correct option. Pronuclear space means perinuclear space is about 1 to 5 nm, 5 to 10 nm, 10 to 50 nm, 50 to 100 nm. Yes, correct option 10 to 50 nanometer. Perinuclear space or pronuclear space. Cytoskeleton help in mechanical support to the cell, providing mobility to the cell, maintenance of the shape of the cell, all of this. Yes, the correct answer is all of this. Short answer question number 1. Which are the 4 part of interphase nucleus? Yes, nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromatin network. Some cell have fine hair like movable protoplasmic processes called as, yes, cilia and flagella. Which one is site for synthesis of DNA, RNA and ribosome? Yes, nucleus is a site for synthesis of DNA, RNA and ribosome. Location of perinuclear space, yes, present in between outer and inner nuclear membrane. Function of centrosome, yes, centrosome help assembly formation of spindle apparatus during the cell division. Which one is site of ribosome genesis? Yes, nucleolus is site of ribosome genesis. Function of pore complex, yes, material is transferred from cytoplasm to nucleus. Also nucleus to cytoplasm through pore complexes. 8. Which material made by ribosome? Yes, rRNA and ribosomal protein. Number 9. Is nucleolus covered by membrane? Yes, nucleolus is not covered by any membrane. Difference between euchromatin and heterochromatin? Yes, heterochromatin is a region of chromatin material, genetically very active region because it contains large number of DNA. Such chromatin region called as euchromatin, while heterochromatin is also chromatin region, but it is genetically inactive because less number of DNA present in it, so called them heterochromatin. So this is the difference between euchromatin and heterochromatin. Identify cell organelle from its functional description below. Number 1, help locomotion. Yes, cilia and flagella help locomotion. Help in maintenance of shape of the cell. Yes, cytoskeleton help maintenance of shape of cell. Play important role heredity and variation. Yes, nucleus play important role heredity and variation. Help assembly of spindle apparatus during the cell division. Centrosome help assembly of spindle apparatus during the cell division. Identify the given diagram. Yes, this diagram is known as nucleus, labeled A, B, C, D. Yes, this one is A means nucleolus, B nuclear envelope, C chromatin network, and D nuclear pore. Up to this, today's lecture completed. Hope that you understood everything. If you like the video, then you can subscribe my YouTube bioinfo channel. Tap the bell icon and like the video. If any doubt about today's lecture, mention in comment box. Thank you.